Good morning and welcome to another episode of the Do It With Me Now T-Files, episode 16. Today, as you can see, I'm going to be talking about drums. Obviously, not the electric type like I discussed earlier, but the acoustic type this time. So, in front of me and in front of you is just a start out 5-piece drum kit, acoustic. So, I'll first talk you through the different parts, and from there we'll go further. Okay, so firstly we start with the tom-toms. So you got the higher pitch tom, the lower pitch tom. Okay, so you can hear the difference there. They're normally in front of you on top of the bass drum. Bass drum is this dude at the bottom. Another name for him is the kick drum. Okay, then to your left you'll have the snare. That's going to be what they call snared. Okay, so if I tightened it, then get a metallic sound like I discussed earlier. Okay, so that's the snare, and then to your right you'll get the floor tom, much deeper. So if I went through this situation here, you would go high tom, low tom, snare, floor tom. Got it? And of course the bass drum. Alright, so size wise, as I just explained to you very briefly in the electronic kit, this is going to be a 12-inch. That's the size of the head from rim to rim. This is going to be a 13-inch rim to rim, 14-inch rim to rim for the snare, and 16-inch rim to rim from the floor top. And bass drum, 22-inch from rim to rim. That's a standard rock kit. So you get fusion kits which will have smaller heads, like say for instance there will be a 10 and a 12, 14, 14. So both sides will be 14 on the floor, and then as well as your bass drum, which will be either an 18 or a 20. And then you get your jazz kits, which are normally the same kind of construction, but they just have it getting smaller. Right. Okay, now that's the drums. Then you move on to the cymbals. Now I've only got just the conventional hi-hats, which are these guys over here. So that's a closed hi-hat, open hi-hat. And then it's got a foot trigger. I don't know if you can see in the video, my foot is pushing it down. So you can see my finger caught in there. That's your hi-hats. Then you get your crash. Okay, so these are obviously just entry-level hand pressed ones. They're not cast or anything like that. You get more expensive cymbals, but I'm not going to delve into that right now. Okay, so hi-hats, crash. Can anyone tell me which one is missing? Okay, it's actually a ride, which is normally over here or here, depending on which way you play. It's a 20-inch. So this is a 14-inch, 16-inch, and then you'll get a 20-inch. Again, from edge to edge. That's how they measure it. Alright, that's cymbals. I'm going to talk to you about 3 different particular brands that I've selected here, so that you... Bands. I don't know if I said brands or bands now, anyway. Firstly, Chad Smith. Okay? If anyone knows their drummers, they'll know that he's from Red Hot Chili Peppers, or one of the drummers from Red Hot Chili Peppers, one of the main guys. He would play with a brand called DW, which is short for Drum Workshop. And the cool thing about him is the fact that he hand selects his heads. So like for instance, these are the heads. So you'll get a batter head, and you'll get a resonant head. Normally the batter head is thicker because it takes a lot of the from the drumsticks, where the resonant head must be thinner so that it can obviously resonate. That's amazing, huh? Okay, so that's what he does. He uses his special kind of Remo heads. The cool thing about him though, is I've completely lost subject there, is normally the shells, which are these things over here, the wooden pieces, are normally made from wood, but what he does is he actually gets it made from acrylic. Isn't that stuff for nails? Anyway, so it's made from plastic, acrylic, or whatever you want to call it. So it's see-through, and he makes it from different colors, like green, see-through whites, blue, I don't know what colours he uses, but most of the ones that he uses are green and see-through. So it gives you a very, very projective tone, because wood absorbs the tone, like I explained with guitars earlier, if anyone was paying attention. So acrylic will just pound that sound right back through the sound hole, or in this case, through the drums. So yeah, he uses acrylic with Remo heads. That's his setup. Because he's a rock band, he doesn't use as much cymbals and as much drums, so he's got a pretty basic setup. So he's got a couple of bucks, say a 6-piece drum kit. That's what this is, a 5-piece. You'll have a 6-piece. That's Red Hot Chili Peppers, Chad Smith. Then John Dolmayan, he's the drummer from System of a Down. Now, if you know System of a Down's music, it's very metal. So what you'll notice is if you ever check their kits, like there's another band I won't mention because it's just not cool. But yeah, most of the heavy metal bands have this kit that goes right around the drummer, literally, like a full-on rack system. Like he's got drums going from behind him even, all the way to the other side. But the other significant difference is you'll see there's a heck of a lot more cymbals. If you a metal drum, you will notice that. The reason for that is because then you've got versatility from bass and treble, because the cymbals give you a treble note where the bass gives you a bass note. Simple, right? So yeah, he uses a kit called Tama, as you'll see. Tama is a very good brand, along with a lot of other brands, but he likes Tama. That's why he uses Tama. The cool thing about him though is he's got an 8-piece kit, not 5-piece like you see here. So he's got additional 10-inch toms and all kinds of other things, like another floor tom on the other side, a smaller one, so that he has a more versatile sound coming through. So that if he wants to do that higher pitch or lower pitch, he can do it. He doesn't have to worry about detuning or tuning the drums higher, you know, because you can do that. Anyway. Excuse me. So that's John Dolmayan from System of a Down. Then you get, as everyone should know this, if you were born in the early 80s to early 90s as well, Blink-182's drummer, Travis Barker. Now, he is pretty interesting because his tone is unique, but his system is very simple, quite simple, like this. It's just the way he's tuned his drums and the way he plays constantly. And he's got a different sound. He uses different heads, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to delve into that too much, but he uses a particular brand called Orange County Drums, or OCD. That's quite funny, isn't it? Anyway, so he's got a 5-piece kit as well, a couple of cymbals, very basic drums, but he gets his sound. So, in so saying, that's drums. 5-piece, 8-piece, 62-piece, I don't know, whatever. But what you'll see in front of me is I've only got one bass drum. See, only one, nothing else. Now, heavy metal drummers, or even sometimes hard rock drummers, they'll use what they call a double bass kick drum. So they'll have an additional. And the reason for that is so that you get like a faster bass rhythm. So can't do that because I'm not a drummer. I mean, as you can hear. Yeah. So yeah, they would use double kick, so one right next to the other. Envision it, if you will. With, as I don't know if you can see in the video, this guy over here is the bass kick drum pedal. So that piece hits, you can't see it in that camera, but you'll be able to see it in that camera. It hits the drum. Simple, right? Now you'll have an additional pedal over here on your left foot or right foot if you're left-handed or right. Doesn't matter. And then you will then have two of these heads hitting the drum at the same time. But you can control your left and your right foot with a speed like this. Simple, right? Okay. I feel like I'm missing something. I did come prepared this time, don't actually believe me. but I did actually. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Drums. Brought to you from the D-Files and me. Yeah, the only problem with the acoustic kits though is if you're playing this really loud, your next door neighbours are going to bash down the wall and probably try and kill you, so it's not a good idea. But you get things called studio rings. That's the thing I left out. Studio rings are, if you can see in the video here, little circular things. Go with the main road again. Circular things that go around just the rim of the head. So you can still hit the head in the middle, but what it does is it actually, I don't know if you can hear that, so you get a hectic resonance there. But if I put my finger there, kind of mutes the resonance. And then you get practice pads as well, which are thick, chunky foam things, so when you hit on it, it's like kind of stuff. That's my hand, but anyway. That's it! Congratulations, you now know a little bit more about drums. Yay! Okay, in the next episode, I have no idea what I'm going to be talking about, but it's a surprise! Okay guys, see you in the next video.